Okay, so as we talked in class today, we left off with what happens when we're missing an angle measure. Okay, so when we're missing an angle measure, we're going to end up using this sine inverse, cosine inverse, or tangent inverse on our calculator. We get to that by pressing the second button and then the sine, the cosine, or the tangent. So again, we call this the inverse function because we're looking for how to solve for the value of the angle measure. So if sine of A is equal to x, then A is equal to sine inverse of x. If cosine of A equals y, then A equals cosine inverse of y. And finally, tangent of A equals z, then A equals tangent inverse of z. So let's find the measure of each angle to the nearest tenth of a degree. So again, remember, it's kind of like saying take the tangent inverse of both sides. So what ends up happening is these cancel. So A is going to be tan inverse of 1.4176. So we're going to get a second tan 1.4176. Remember that you have to have your calculator in degrees. And again, when we're finally done, we're going to actually round this to the 10th place. So it's going to be 54.8, and that's a degree. Next one. So B, and you don't have to keep always writing the sine inverse or the tangent inverse on both sides. Okay, I was just trying to demonstrate how you basically move it to the other side. So we want to take, this time, second sine of 0.6307, and we get 39.1. So let's see how that applies in an actual problem. So we're trying to find this angle. So identify, again, we're still working with SOHCAHTOA. You'll just see that this time when we're looking for the angle measure to solve it, we do it a little differently. Now identify the two sides that we are working with. So in terms of x, this is going to be the opposite side, and this is the adjacent. Notice I don't have anything over the hypotenuse, so I'm not going to use sine and I'm not going to use cosine because that has the h in it, which represents hypotenuse. So we're going to end up using tangent. So the setup for that is going to be tangent of the angle, which is x, that's what we're looking for, is equal to opposite over adjacent, so 15/6. So x equals tan inverse of 15/6. And we can actually type this all right into our calculator. Second tan 15 divided by 6. And we get 68.2 degrees. Okay, so for the next one, again, this is the angle we're working with. We have the opposite and we have the adjacent again this time, so it makes sense for us to use tangent of x equals the opposite over the adjacent. So x is tan inverse of 7/13. So we'll type that in second, tangent of 7 divided by 13, and we get 28.3 degrees. And that is how we apply using the inverse in a problem. And now you can go ahead and start this assignment number 17. And we will go over questions tomorrow.